After this, no going back. All right, what's going on YouTube? Let me make the camera go a little bit out right now. All right, what's going on YouTube? Today we got a low drop fade for y'all, and we're having a transformation. As you can see, it has a lot of hair. We're cutting all of this hair off, and it down to a manageable length so we can start sending our guidelines and fading everything. But yeah, hopefully y'all, I'm gonna give it a nice little spin around. Hopefully y'all stay tuned for the video. Watch the whole entire video, as we will have some nice constructive, examples and some good stuff for y'all to learn from. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go jump straight into the video. We will be cutting it down with clippers, but the first thing you want to do, you just don't want to get your clippers and then just start running through his hair. So what's important is to grab y'all some shears, some big shears, and just start cutting everything down. And while I'm doing this, while I'm using the shears, this is obviously not going to give me like an all even cut right here. The clippers is what is going to give me an all even cut, but we're using the shears because we really don't know what's going on underneath all of this hair. So we're just getting it down to a manageable length so our clippers can run through it. We're not going too low. If you have clippers, you can just kind of just, I want to say not buzz like a buzz cut, but just go over the top with it and slowly work your way down, but it will take a lot longer. And then we will be picking it out. So I would say this is almost like a little bit down. This side right here is a nice little length for everybody. To kind of just for anybody to kind of just start using the clipper and start cutting it down for real. You want to continue to pick it out, getting all these if any naps are there or any clusters of hair that's stuck together are there, you want to make sure your clippers can run smoothly through the hair. So that's why we're picking it out. And we're picking it out will probably help y'all a lot so y'all don't tug on your client's head and move your client's head. With a pick, you don't want to go all the way to the holding part or the handle. When you go all the way to the handle, it pulls the client's hair and it gives that little, it tugs on the hair a lot more. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want to hurt your client or anything. Just go on like halfway and just pull out. And then that way you can move fast and move efficiently while doing the haircut. So we're about to do now, we're about to take our number 2 guard, level all the way closed. This is all the way closed, this is all the way open. When you open it all the way up, the blade extends, or you can see the guard move up. When you close it, it subtracts. That means the cutting blade is closest to the steel blade and it's going to cut more hair off. Close, open. This is closed, and we're going to start with the hair all the way closed because, the level all the way closed, because when you start with the level all the way closed, and this should be good right here. This would be a nice hair right here. I was starting with a big guard to kind of ease our way down, but this might be, and these clippers are working very, very good. These are Cocoa clippers, but you start with the level all the way closed because it's more efficient. It can cut through the hair a lot easier than, leaving the level all the way open. And he does have a small part line because he will always get braids and whatnot and twists and stuff like that. So there'll be a part line for a designated time, I would say. And we're just cutting all of this down, just working our way down. And this is why you always start with a big guard, because right here in the middle, right here, he has a cowlick. A cowlick is where the hair just doesn't want to grow or go in the same way as the other rest of the hair. I hope I'm making it easier for y'all to understand as well. See, at the top of his head, all the hair should go this way, but this hair right here is tending and wanting to go backwards towards in this direction. So all hairs that go left and right and whatnot. So my client did come in with a Jason Tatum picture. It's an NBA player. Jason Tatum more so has a light fade, but he also has a taper on the sides. But our client still wants to keep the drop fade effect, but kind of just give the illusion of that low drop fade that Tatum also has with his taper as well. So that's what we're going to be doing on him. But now is the time to set it's called setting the foundation. Setting the foundation is basically getting everything prepped so we can actually start setting our guidelines and start fading and whatnot. So looking at his lineup is too thick to be making a sharp crisp lineup. So what we want to take our 1.5 guard with the level all the way open at first and just start working our way down and just on the lineup. Close the level a little bit more, work your way down, Close the lever a little bit more. Work your way down. Until you get to a designated spot. Y'all, I'm trying to get these angles. Until you get to a designated spot to where his hair is really cutting, which will be the lever all the way closed, and just go over the lineup. So to make it easier for the first part of this fade, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be setting it in with our clippers. Clippers lever all the way closed to cut the most hair. And going in that drop fade shape. And we're still keeping it low, so gotta keep the drop fade, gotta set in this first guideline pretty low. And what I do for my technique, I set in the line on one side, the guideline on one side, then I go to the left side, which we're about to do. I'm just gonna clean up this line. This is the first foundational line, so however this line look will determine how the rest of the fade will come out. So you wanna make sure this first line is very, very good and set in properly. Same thing on this side, create that round shape over the ear. And with drop fades, they do have a C cup right here for the liner portion. So you wanna make sure that C cup is present. If you start the drop fade way up here, the C cup won't be present. All of this, cause it will be bald. Our Cutco clippers is just not set to bald right now. It's not set all the way zero gap right now. So it's not gonna bald anything out anytime soon. And then what I do, I set in both of the lines and then I go on the other side and then set in this back line and make them meet. I work in sections and you do wanna round it off. You don't wanna go into like a point or anything like that. You do wanna round it off. And to make that line more bald, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go use our trimmers, but we're not gonna put it in like this. We're not gonna make these line bald like this. We're gonna make it bald like this. And really just going against the grain. Going against the grain is going in a direct opposite way of where the hair wants to grow or where the hair wants to lay. All this hair in the back wants to come down. So we're going up, and that's considered against the grain. If we was to cut the hair down, which we did at the top, we went with the grain, with everything. Going in the way that the hair wanted to lay down. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, going against the grain and going with the grain will give y'all totally two different cuts. It'll cut the hair at two different lengths. So if you want to cut the hair down and you're going against the grain, it will cut. If you're cutting with a 2 guard, it will go lower than the number 2 guard. If you're going with the grain with the 2 guard, it'll cut at the desired, designated with the number 2 guard. So that's some food for thought for y'all. So the first thing that you want to do, or the second thing that you want to do, we're gonna restart that. We're gonna go ahead and restart. So the second thing that you want to do, we're gonna start with our lever all the way open and go up about 1/2 inch. We're making this guideline pretty small because we want to keep it to get a low fade. We don't want to extend our blend. Extending the blend or making the blend stretch would be just making the guidelines bigger. That's how you get an extended blend or a stretched out blend. But we want to keep this blend pretty low, so we're going to make the guideline thickness smaller. And hopefully that's clicking to y'all and it's making some sense. And when setting in these guidelines, you want to make sure it's identical. Identical on both sides so you can have an even fade when it comes out. You don't want one side faded of the fade faded too high and one side faded way too low, because you didn't pay attention to how you were setting those guidelines. Now we just make the meet and connect in the back. Very simple, very easy. And these tips could be used on any hair texture. It could be straight hair, it could be coarse hair, curly hair. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So what I do a fading down process. So with this fading down process, tilt your head a little bit for me right there. With this fading down process, I start with the lever all the way. First I make this line, then I start the lever all the way, then I start working my way down to this line right here. And this is the line that we set in with our lever all the way closed. So you're gonna start with the lever all the way open, then go down a notch, because this line right here, this top line, is the lever all the way open. So you're just gonna go down a notch and start with the lever all the way, well, not all the way closed, but one notch closed. And we're just gonna work our way down in the fade. Slowly just work our way down. Closing the lever. When you close the lever, you should never be in the same exact spot that you was just previously in. That will cause you to mess up your fade, have an uneven fade, and cause you to refade the fade. You don't want to do a 30-minute haircut and then mess up on a fade or your fading process and then just have to do the whole entire fade just to make it even again. So when you close the lever, never be in the same exact spot. Always move down. And it's a gradual increase. When it comes to fading, I think of it as, it is artwork, obviously, but it's a gradual increase from light, from skin to dark up top. And the more you increase, the more hair should be up here than at the bottom. So because I cut his hair down with the number 2 guard, what we're gonna take the number 3 guard, lever all the way open, and this knocks up all the bulk. And the reason why I'm starting with a number 3 guard is because the guard that's gonna take off all the bulk at the top will be the number 3 guard, or the guard that's higher than the guard that we took the hair down with. And for this case, it was the number 2 guard. So the next guard above that is the number 3 guard. So we're at the level all the way closed now, and we're just working our way down. After we remove all this bulk, make sure you grab a comb for the thicker parts of the hair. You want to get a number 2 guard and continue the same exact process, working your way down. Lever all the way open. Every time you put on a new guard, you're starting with this lever all the way open. And you're just working your way down. Same exact process, same exact steps. Don't switch it up unless you really need to. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably not gonna really need to. You're probably just gonna want to do it, so don't do it. Follow through with your steps, bro. Follow through with your steps and trust the process. I have a lot of people that watch these videos that come out with their haircuts a lot better just from watching these videos and just trusting the process and just following through basically. So now we're at the half guard position with a 1.5 guard. This is the guard underneath the 2 and above the 1 guard. Lever all the way open. As you're fading, make sure you're combing. Close the lever a little bit, move down. And the special part about fading down, it allows us not to fade too high up. And that's very important for the look that he wants, this lower look that he wants. Because I know a lot of beginner barbers or a lot of barbers that just starting off, or even a lot of barbers that just don't have the information. All it is just information that y'all haven't obtained yet. That's the reasons why your haircuts haven't, been looking the way that y'all want them to look. So, and the beginner barber classes and the crowds and stuff like that, a lot of people tend to fade too high. Or have a really good fade and then wind up messing up in the end because they didn't faded it just too high. So this kind of just keeps the fade pretty low. Now we're at the 1 guard, lever all the way open. And see how we're going in the same exact shape. This hair wants to go this way, so I'm fading this way. I can't fade up because it'll just push the hair around and won't really cut it. So I have to tilt my clippers just to cut the hair. And the 1 guard is where everything just comes to life at. The 1 guard always brings everything together. In my opinion, it's my favorite part about fading. It really just blends everything right in, and you can really see, or y'all can really start to see the blend come together. Just like that. Close the lever a little bit more. You can detail along the way. Well, when you detail, this is another way of putting it. Whenever you detail in the guard spot, the guard under the guard spot that you're trying to detail in. So with the number 2 guard, you would detail with the 1.5 lever halfway open. With the 1.5 guard, you would detail with the 1 guard lever halfway, and with the number 1 guard in that area, you would detail with the smallest guard that you got, which would be the 0.5, and you would detail in that area as well. So with the half guard, you can detail with the lever all the way open or lever halfway with no guard. And that's how you detail in the half guard spot. And look at this blend. The blend is beautiful, nice, beautiful, blendy, blurry fade. And this does the same exact thing as the rake down technique. So I would recommend y'all buy one of these. This is a little cheat code. You're probably not gonna learn on anybody else's page. And you do want to use your comb for this part because this is a thicker part of the hair. But y'all can see the blend, man. Y'all can most definitely see the blend. We keeping everything live. We keeping everything real in person. We give y'all a real in-depth live video for real. So please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe so you can reach more people. The more people, the better. The more people we help out, the more careers we help out. And yeah, we don't gatekeep nothing on this channel. Everything that I do on my clients, I actually show y'all, and these are the actual things that I do. I don't keep no secrets. I don't hold no secrets. So that's one thing about me. It's good to give knowledge. It's good to give information to others. So look how beautiful that fade is compared to the rest of the haircut. Hold your head down a little bit for me. Boom. This is where we just came from, and this is this side. Nice, clean, low drop fade. So we're gonna do the other side, and then we're gonna show y'all the back when we connect the two. And basically what we're doing one side, we're doing to the other. Same exact steps, 3 guards, same exact process. He does have a small little line right here from his partings, from his braids that he used to get. So as y'all can see, the other side is faded and looks the exact same way. That's how I kind of just keep all my fades even and stuff like that, just by doing one side then the other. Then I make them meet in the back. So we all about to make it meet in the back. So same exact thing. Level all the way open. And I just work in kind of like a U shape, I would say. And I do have to turn the clippers to the side because the hair does want to go this way and then it wants to go straight down. So this time I'm fading straight up. And on this side, I kind of got to turn my clippers to the side. Same exact process, just work your way down. And I am using my brush for this side because the hair is so low. And then once we move up inside of the fade, we'll start to use our comb. We're going to just skip to all the way closed because I know it's the all the way closed lever. All the way closed. Go with the fan. We're going to use the tiny teeth for this comb. Number 2 guard is a fast process. If you really think about it, I'm going to just making a video for y'all. Lever all the way open. And remember, you're moving down. Whenever you move to a new guard, you should never be in the same exact spot. Move down. Also, the same exact thing applies to when fading the hair. When you close the lever, you should never be in the same exact spot too. And I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. Now we're at the 1.5 guard area. Lever all the way open. We always start with the lever all the way open. And you work your way to close. Close it, move down in the fade. Close it, move down in the fade. And y'all just gonna watch all this come together. Close it, move down. Make sure you're combing as well. And you want to comb with the grain and the way that the hair wants to grow. 1 guard. Lever all the way open. And on this left side, I'm only using on this right side, I'm only using the left side of my clipper blade. And on this left side, I really only use this right side of my clipper blade. Close the lever, move down. And y'all just gotta be patient. Just watch the fade come together for real when y'all doing this on y'all clients. Y'all don't want to rush everything. Y'all don't want to get impatient. It's just gonna slowly come together. Like when it comes together, you finally see it and it just comes together. But while doing the process, you don't really see it too much. But you know, once you get to this 1 guard and this half guard area, that's when it starts to really get good, I say. Or when you really start to see it. Half guard or the 0.5 guard. Lever all the way open. Work your way down. Close the lever, move down. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but we're touching up this little line that's right there. It's like the faintest line ever. You really got to develop a barber's eye over time so you can be able to see these things. And now you're with the lever all the way closed. And as you can see, it's already blended out. What we can do, we can start the detail halfway in the 1 guard area. Turning your clippers to the side and just slicing all these little bitty hairs into, you know, multiple pieces. If it's 2 pieces of hair, 2 pieces of clumps of hair, you're slicing that, making it into 2 individual 1 pieces of hair, if that makes any sense for y'all. If it's 4 pieces of hair, you're gonna slice it in the middle and make it into 2. Boom. 2 and 2. If it's 2 pieces of hair, you're gonna slice it in the middle and make it into 1. 2 separate pieces of hair. That's what a dark mark is. That's what we're fading out or what we're detailing. The big clumps of hairs that you see, that creates dark marks and that makes the blend uneven or, less blurrier. Now we're with the 1 guard, level halfway. And we're just slicing these little tiny hairs in the 1.5 guard area, combing at the same time. And this is detailing, y'all. For this lineup, we will be doing the hot towel process. So what we're gonna do for the hot towel process, put the foam on this lineup. Everywhere that you're gonna be touching the clippers with. And then what you wanna do, you wanna take a hot towel or a warm towel and place it on this lineup and kind of just pat it down. Then after it cools down, what you wanna do, you wanna get all of this excess off. You wanna get a cotton strip or a cotton swab or whatever you may call it or want to call it. Put some alcohol on it. Really, you don't need the cotton swab, you just need some alcohol. Rub that alcohol all good and on his skin, and this removes all like the bacteria, and this will really makes that ash lineup. So after you air dry it or after you blow dry it, what you want to do, you want to use your holding spray. So the first thing when it comes to line prep or the lineup, you want to figure out your client's designated strong side and weak side. The weak side is where the hair grows the least at, and the strong side is where the hair grows the most at. His strong side will be this right side, and his weak side will be this left side. So what you want to do, you want to line up the weak side first, and then continue by lining up the strong side. For every lineup, no matter what you want to do, you want to start in the middle. You want to use his nose as a reference point, go up, make that first guideline right here in the middle. And this is the center point or the starting point where you'll be connecting the two sides at. Because we will be working in sections. And what you want to do, you want to just start working towards this, lining up this weak side. What I'm going to do before I get to the corners, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause halfway and make this vertical bar right here. Just like that. And all the excess hair just goes away. Standing in front of your client, continue from working from this middle side and connecting those two. And after you line up one side, what you want to do, you want to continue or go straight back to the middle and start matching this right side with this left side, or start matching the strong side with the weak side. Slowly working your way over, taking a step back, looking at everything. Work your way over, and what we're going to do, the same exact thing, and we're going to make this vertical bar on the side. And to make this vertical bar, you want to make sure it's diagonal or even with this side. So this side is a little bit after his eyebrows. So about right here. So for the C-cup portion, what we're going to be doing, we're going to take half of our blade, create a small little indent, and our client, he does want this C-cup portion connecting to his beard. So what we're going to do, we're going to travel up. Let me lower it for y'all so I can see his the sideburn area or the beard area. We're going to be going up using the corner of our blade and making the C-cup right here and just connecting the two. And all this will be cut off. And our client, that's just how our client wanted it. So we're going to be using our pencil, tan pencil colorway, and all you do is you just outline the outer layer of his lineup. And this is not all the time you have to do enhancements. For this haircut, I kind of decided we're going to do a more so of the more natural look. This is an enhancement, but this is not like, black spray and whatnot. But we're only going to outline the outer perimeter of his lineup. All right, y'all. So this is the cut right here. A nice, clean, low drop fade. Give him a nice little spin for y'all. Hold your head down just slightly, Mr. Coop. Right there. Nice little fade all the way around. And yeah, this is the end of the video. Hopefully y'all learned something, which I know y'all did. We're gonna give it a little closer view for y'all. But it's HYB. If you're not handling your business and what you're doing, hold up, I gotta get them in the middle. Boom. Right there in the middle. If you're not handling your business, then what you're doing. And we out.
Danny, please don't do anything crazy.